Time isn't real. Or at least that's what the greatly named British idealist John MacTaggart Ellis MacTaggart claimed in his 1908 paper, The Unreality of Time. Why? Why did he do this? I don't really know, but let's look at what he said. Okay, so first things first, MacTaggart said that events are ordered in time. Events happen as they do in the order that they do. Because of this, we can say that one thing happens before another. It wouldn't make sense to say that things aren't ordered in time. Okay, so that's point one. So now that we've established that time needs an order, next we're going to talk about the two ways that we can talk about those events. So there's the A series and the B series, and each of them talks about the order of events but in different ways. So first, the A series. The A series takes one point in time as the present and orders events around that time. And as time moves forward, events in the future go from being in the future to being in the present to being in the past. So let's take a well-used example like Shrek. At one point in time, the release of the movie Shrek was in the future. As time went on, Shrek was released. And now, 19 years later, the release of Shrek is in the past. The most important thing about the A series is that things can change in the A series. Events move from future to present to past. Okay, so now the B series. On the other hand, the B series says that events are ordered in relation to other events. So, Shrek 1 was released before Shrek 2, which was released before Shrek the Third. And all of these events are ordered in this way, and they'll always be ordered in this way. Because of this, MacTaggart claims that events in the B series cannot change. But change is very important to our idea of time. If things can't change, then how can we measure time passing? Stop and imagine a world where nothing changes. Maybe freeze your movements and your thoughts for 30 seconds. If nothing changed, would there still be time? MacTaggart thinks no. So he disregards the B series completely as an inaccurate description of how time works. So we're left with the A series, but MacTaggart has a problem with this too. He thinks that since events move from the future to the present to the past, that any event, regardless of whether it is now future, present, or past, contains them all. So let's look at that a bit. If we take this moment right now as the present, it at one point was in the future. So it contains its future-ness. Yeah, I'm not sure that's a word, but we'll run with it. But the present also contains its presentness, because it's now in the present. And it also contains its pastness too, because it, like all events, will soon be in the past, because that's just what happens. Remember, all events happen in an order. MacTaggart thinks that because all events contain futureness, presentness, and pastness, that because they have them all at the same time, this is inconsistent with change. And remember, if we don't have change, we don't have time. So, drumroll, MacTaggart's big conclusion is that time isn't real. That's pretty wild. So, what about all the changes we do experience? Well, MacTaggart isn't very clear about what he thinks is happening here, but he thinks there might be a C series of time, where there is no time, but there is an order of events or something. And somehow our experiences are part of that. Like I said, it's not the clearest. But MacTaggart also thinks that you can keep on experiencing and living your life as normal, so that's good. Okay, so I hope you enjoy this strange time rabbit hole that we've fallen down. I hope it was somewhat clear. It's a little tricky, but hey, don't worry about it. Okay, I'll talk to you again next week, or in a week's time. In the meantime, take care.